This may be one of our most complicated videos, like ever. Join us as we go from finishing the coast to coast in Robin Hood's Bay, to touring beautiful York, to exploring Edinburgh, to a short spell in Glasgow, then finally to the start of the West Highland Way in Milngavie.
It's the difference between a coast-to-coast walker and one that's not. Glenn's just cruising up. Pablo's like, oh.
There was a music festival happening the weekend we arrived in Robin Hood's Bay, leaving no rooms available. We decided to make the most of the situation and drive an hour southwest of York, a town I had visited on a work trip, but none of the rest of our group had seen. We arrived in the late afternoon, both tired and hungry, but we were energized by the lively atmosphere and walkable streets.
When in Yorkshire, I found York Minster.
If you've seen our previous city videos, you know that Pablo and Molly like to get up early and do a city run. At 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning in York, the only people out were there to exercise. York is a nice place to run because it's flat and the scenery was really entertaining.
I'm here at the front of York Minster. I see that they have put a statue to the side of York Minster. St. Michael's Belfry.
There has been a city in this spot, which is situated at the confluence of two rivers, since Roman times, around 71 AD. The city has retained its importance as a regional center from that day. The city took heavy bombing in World War II, but was rebuilt by the end of the 60s.
This is Lindell Tower. Dates from the 13th century. It's part of the original city walls.
This Sunday morning happened to be Father's Day in the US, and we gave Dad a combination of little gifts that we had collected along our walk.
After the run, we enjoyed some things that we felt were typically English, took a relaxing stroll around town, and shopped for a couple of things that became the only non-hiking items in our packs. After walking around York all morning, we spent the next couple of hours in the breathtaking York Minster. The first church on this site dates from 627 during the Anglo-Saxon period. The undercroft of the current building dates from about 1160, but the rest of the building dates from between 1220 and 1472. Even the stained glass in the building still dates from this period. York's main church is called a minster instead of a cathedral, as a symbol of honor for the church, with records of this title found from as far back as the 7th century. Only a few churches have the Minster title, most notably York Minster and Westminster Abbey. The main minister of the Minster is the Archbishop of York, the third highest office in the Church of England, after the King and the Archbishop of Canterbury. Both the Archbishops of Canterbury and York sit in England's House of Lords. There was an extremely interesting exhibit inside the cathedral about the creation of the new statue of the Queen that now sits on the main facade of the minster. We then climbed up to the roof for a nervous upper-level view of the city, toured the choir and the chapter house, and generally looked at every inch of this amazing site. After that, we had a late pub lunch, and it was back to the car to drive to Edinburgh. We had lots of luggage at that point because we were bringing 3 suitcases of carefully packed heirloom dishes home from Spain.
This is a work of art.
Yesterday was only
The artiste.
Cheers to Scotland.
Scotland, baby.
We were tired when we got to Edinburgh, so we just ate dinner and went to bed. But we were up early the next morning to explore this great city.
It's a Norwegian waffle with Nutella and strawberries.
That looks good. So that is the Balmoral Hotel. That is where Joe Rowling finished writing the Harry Potter series. So in our family, that's history right there. Here's Molly wearing her new dress, showing off that hiking tan. Classic. So that's the Duke of Wellington.
We stayed at the well-located Old Waverley Hotel. We ran a few quick errands while Pablo did some laundry. This was the first time we had washed our clothes in a machine in 3 weeks.
Look at these piles of treasures. Clean.
Then we were off to the Royal Mile and the main tourist areas.
Is this where we're going?
No, I mean you can if you want, but I wouldn't suggest going out the range.
Yeah, let's not do that. Molly wants to climb that. Weirdo. So this is the Royal Mile going away from the castle. You can see at the end there's the North Sea.
We had fun trying on the kind of coats we pretty much never need in Houston, Texas, and then just spent a few hours slowly making our way up the Royal Mile to Edinburgh Castle.
And for my brother and sister-in-law, there you go, Adam Smith. Edinburgh Castle. Be sure to buy tickets ahead of time. We just saw the guard telling people that the castle is sold out until tomorrow afternoon.
The Castle Rock in Edinburgh has been occupied continuously since the Bronze Age, and there's been a castle here since at least the 11th century. When you're up here, you can see why. It's steep to get up here, and you can see the entire area from the top. This castle has been sieged at least 26 times in its 1100-year history, making it the most besieged castle in Great Britain and one of the most besieged in the world. It's now been besieged by tourists, as it's the most visited paid tourist attraction in Scotland. This was our 3rd time to visit Scotland, and we've come to this castle every time. After the castle, we did some more exploring around Edinburgh and then went for my birthday high tea at the Ivy.
Happy birthday to you.
Good job.
I appreciate the singing. It was very poor. Okay, well, but thank you. We just had afternoon tea at the Ivy. It was very nice. This is our room at the Old Waverley. It's a triple room.
The next morning, the guys flew home. We had a quick breakfast and headed for Glasgow.
We are on the train from Edinburgh to Glasgow, heading towards Milngavie to start the West Highland Way.
The train journey from Edinburgh to Glasgow takes about an hour, and it gave us a good chance to relax. There's a taxi stand right outside the station.
It's a beautiful part of Glasgow. We're in our taxi, heading to Milngavie. This is our room at the Kirk House Inn in Strathblane, which is right outside Milngavie. Yes? Okay, come on in. I'm just taking a little video of the room. We're out here waiting on the bus. We took the 309 bus from the Kirk House to Milngavie and then grabbed the 425 bus from Milngavie back to Kirk House. We got our official passports.
We stayed in on a beautiful rainy evening and rested up to walk the West Highland Way the next day. I hope this rain isn't a sign of things that come.
Our goal was to make the most out of our transition time from Robin Hood's Bay to Milngavie, and we definitely succeeded. We all enjoyed visiting York Minster and Edinburgh Castle, both of which have been in existence for a lot of centuries, but I think my favorite part of these days was having tea together for my mom's birthday. We can't wait to start the West Highland Way. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.